Hello, Tyler DeWitt here. So, does landing page matter for search engine optimization? Yes and no. You're probably wondering, yes and no. Here's one of those responses. Yes, it does. Technically, it does. But what I'm trying to tell you is I would not get so caught up with your landing page speed. Some people are overly obsessed about the landing page speed. There's so many good platforms out there now. You have Shopify, you have WordPress. Using Shopify, chances are you're on a good server. They also use CDN and a few other things. You know, I'm not sure exactly what technology they use, but I do know Shopify tends to load very fast. It's a lot more expensive than WordPress once you start adding all the add-ons and everything else. But for a smaller business that's wanting to get started and just needs something out of the box or something they can just plug in and get going, even some of the larger businesses use Shopify. Shopify is phenomenal. Then you got WordPress. Now, if you use WordPress, you want to make sure you're on a good server because WordPress can get slow. And make sure if you have custom plugins from a developer, these plugins are good. Or even if you're installing plugins to the WordPress plugin section in the administration, make sure it's not slowing your WordPress down. Sometimes you start installing all those things and they can slow your site down. And make sure, like I said, you have a good server. Preferably a dedicated server. Don't use a shared server or virtual shared server if you're on a, if you have a website, a store or whatever. You know, I have a technical guy that takes care of all this, so I'm sitting here trying to think of all that, what everything's called. But anyways, I have a tech guy that takes care of this stuff, and you should definitely have someone to set this up for you that knows what they're doing. We use High Velocity Hosting, and no, I'm not advertising for them, but High Velocity is phenomenal. They have some of the best servers out there, if you ask me, and their speed is bam, it's fast. So once again, I wasn't obsessed about landing page speed so much for SEO. Just use good common sense. Get a dedicated server, use a good provider, use something like Shopify, and you should be okay. And you should outperform your competition, or you should be right with them. So that is my feedback on landing page speed. Thank you.